wanted to show you this appearance tab right here. This is a panel that will show you kind of the mini recipe of what makes up whatever you have selected. So although we see the appearance, nothing is selected, so we can't actually see how this inner glow worked. If I select it, however, I look and I still don't see the inner glow. That's because these appearances, these effects can be applied either on the actual object or it might be on the whole layer. So if I select the layer and then come back, you're going to see the inner glow that's been applied. Anything drawn on this layer would have that. If I click on inner glow, I can see the settings, or I can just turn it off and on again. So this is a red fill, and it has an inner glow that's coming from the edge. Opacity is at 100%. I usually have it maxed out, and just a normal along with a color. So if I wanted to change this to a dark green instead, then you can see what that's going to do. And if I decrease the blur, you can see how it's adding more and more inner glow. And in these thinner parts, there's no room for the inner part. So the glow is just taking over. You can also do from the center and get, it's basically just the opposite effect there. Let me click OK. And we'll take a look at another image that I have. I drew some teeth. And so if I want to see how these teeth are being affected, we can see right here that we have a roughen that's been applied to something, this group perhaps. If I turn it on, you're seeing that roughen work. If I select the layer that this is on, let me go down and find the teeth. I'm just going to select all the teeth. And we have another set. So this roughen is being applied at this level. And you can click on effects like this. There's usually sliders that you can play with to get different shapes and levels of detail. So lots that you can do. You don't have to create all of the individual little curvy edges to something. You make it just a regular, and then you can apply these effects. That's the roughen. Zigzag is a little more aggressive. But look at the level of detail that you can add to these paths. Clicking on it shows you again, we've got some sliders, more and more ridges. So just knowing that these are out there can give you some pretty dramatic effects if that's what you're after. Let me go ahead and cancel that, turn off zigzag, and this is inner glow is on. Gives it a nice rounded appearance to me. That's the original. And when I click on this tool right here, we no longer see the rounding button that you've got. I'm going to show you how that works and how I got it to do these edges, these corners, all along. So I'm here with a blank document, and I'm going to use some shapes. The star and the polygon work very similarly. If I make a star here, you'll get a basic 5-pointed star. But when you let go, you're going to see a little slider here on one of the segments, that if you bring it down, you will get more and more points on the star or sides on a polygon. You can go all the way down to 3. So if you want to have several of these stars, there we go. I can switch right here. And you can see this is the button I was talking about. If you click on it and drag it, all of the sharp angles will be rounded off. If you want to change just one of them, you click and let go, and then grab it, and we're dealing with just that one. So I can take a few of these and make them slightly different, or I can still grab and all of them will change that same amount. Let me show you a little bit of the coloration. I can go in here and I've got a solid white fill and I've got a black stroke. I'm going to change that fill to a gradient to show you the linear gradient. You won't see the line until you actually click on the gradient tool. Here's my gradient panel. I can change that to radial, which we've done before, but I wanted to show you the freeform gradient. It has two styles. One of them is drawing the individual points, and the other is drawing a line. And you can see that this one already has several of these points that are on here. You can double click on them and change their color. You can click on them and delete them, or you can copy. If I make this a particular color, then I can add another one over here and it'll be that same color. That's one way to make these different parts of the star change colors. I'm going to show you the other way. Let me just take off these other ones. So we just have the one. And I'm going to put that right in the middle. And I'm going to switch to the linear. I'm going to click my first one right here so I can change it to something more dramatic. We'll do that magenta. And you can see that it's just affecting that first one. If I click another spot over here, it's going to draw a line, and we can add a path that goes around the outer edge of that fairly easily. It does have to be on the shape, and you can close it off as well, and you have one single path going around. Let me go ahead and select so you can see what that looks like. We can still make changes to this, but it changes it quite a bit depending on what points and lines and the adjustable gradient are, that freeform gradient. Let me go ahead and edit that gradient again. Show you right here that we can make that. Let me make that a little bit brighter. Some color combinations look good. Sometimes they look kind of muddy. But when I select this point here, let me go back to points. You can also modify its strength. I don't know why it's not showing it to me now. Let me make another one. So this you can see that you can make it more influential or less. So you can make these a little bit stronger. If I wanted to have several of them here, really brighten up that center part, and then I could increase their influence as well. Suppose I could have made another circle on the inside, but I like the ability to just grab and move these around pretty easily. So pretty nice. You also have some other effects. If I take this and I add an effect under Stylize called Inner Glow, which we saw before, sometimes the two things fight quite a bit. Let me go in from the edge and I'll add like a brand new color, like a bright green, and we'll see how that works. Increase the amount of blur here so I can bring it in. And then we can also apply a feather effect. Let me go to Effect Stylize, and this feathering, it doesn't do well with that other stroke that's there. It's trying to soften all the edges. It was a little much on that last time. So let me just get rid of the stroke. So I'm going to go back and select the whole thing. Oops. Go back to my main selection tool, and then I'm going to look at that stroke and get rid of it so that now it's got really soft edges to it.